LeBron James' return to the Los Angeles Lakers has become one of the biggest questions heading into the new NBA season. The 40-year-old superstar is once again at the center of the basketball world, but this time, not because of a record-breaking performance or a highlight reel moment. Instead, it's his health that's drawing all the attention. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Reports confirm that LeBron has been dealing with an injury serious enough to keep him out as the 2025-26 regular season tips off. It's a tough blow for a Lakers team that still views itself as a legitimate championship contender. After finishing last season as the third seed in the Western Conference, optimism around Los Angeles remains high. Inside the locker room, the belief is strong. This team can go even further. But that belief depends heavily on two key players, Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The pairing of Luka and LeBron has given Lakers fans renewed hope for another title run. Yet, without LeBron on the court, everything changes. James, now entering his 23rd season, an unprecedented milestone in NBA history, has spent his career defying age and expectations. His dedication to longevity has become legendary, with millions invested annually in recovery, nutrition, and training. For over 2 decades, that discipline kept him remarkably healthy. But this time, the challenge appears different. During training camp, James reportedly began experiencing pain related to sciatica along his right side. That nerve issue has already ruled him out of the start of the regular season, and the Lakers' medical staff remains cautious about setting any firm return date. According to early reports, LeBron will be re-evaluated in 3 to 4 weeks. But outside experts aren't so sure that means he'll be back quickly. One of the most followed sports injury analysts online, Dr. Evan Jeffries, known on social media as Game Injury Doc, shared his professional opinion about LeBron's recovery timeline. Although he's not affiliated with any NBA franchise or the Lakers organization, his analysis has earned widespread respect among fans and media. Jeffries wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, LeBron James is out for the beginning of the NBA 2025-26 season. He will be re-evaluated in 3 to 4 weeks for sciatica. If all goes well, he'll still need a ramp-up period of 1 to 2 weeks, which means he's likely out at least 4 to 6 weeks. That ramp-up period is critical. After any significant injury, players need time to rebuild rhythm and confidence. It's not just about the pain fading, it's about regaining explosiveness, timing, and conditioning. For a 40-year-old athlete, that process naturally takes longer. Even for someone like LeBron, who's built his reputation on challenging the limits of age, recovery can't be rushed. And the Lakers know that. They have no plans to push him back early. For them, the goal isn't just to win games in November. It's to have their leader healthy and dominant when the postseason begins. They've learned from experience. Championships are won in the spring, not in the opening month of the season. Under new head coach J.J. Redick, the Lakers are taking a patient and calculated approach. Redick has emphasized the importance of long-term health and continuity over short-term results. His message to the team has been clear: stay disciplined, stay united, and stay ready for when LeBron returns. Until that happens, Luka Doncic will carry the bulk of the responsibility. The team trusts Luka's ability to lead the offense, control the tempo, and keep the Lakers competitive while their veteran star recovers. Doncic has already shown throughout his young career that he can shoulder that kind of load. The Lakers' strategy is simple: stay afloat through the early stretch of the season, avoid overworking key players, and prepare for a second-half surge once LeBron is back. If they can manage that, Los Angeles could still position itself among the Western Conference elite. But for now, the uncertainty looms. The Lakers have made it clear that LeBron's status will be re-evaluated after the initial 3 to 4 week window, but no one inside the organization wants to speculate on an exact return date. Sciatica can be unpredictable, and every recovery is different. Despite the setback, there's optimism. LeBron remains one of the most disciplined athletes in sports. His approach to recovery is methodical, and his commitment to preparation is unmatched. Even as he reaches age 40, James continues to show flashes of his all-time greatness. Last season, he averaged 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game, shooting 51.3% from the field and 37.6% from beyond the arc, elite numbers for any player at any age. Those stats serve as a reminder that when LeBron is healthy, he's still capable of controlling games and leading teams deep into the playoffs. The Lakers know exactly what's at stake. With a healthy LeBron and a motivated Luka Doncic, Los Angeles believes it has a real chance to compete for another championship banner. But until he's back, the team's success depends on how well they can weather the storm without him. Every practice, every update, and every hint of progress will be closely watched, not just by Lakers fans, but by the entire NBA. Because as long as LeBron James is in the league, his health will always be headline news. For now, all that can be done is wait. Wait for the next medical report, the next evaluation, and ultimately, the next chapter in one of basketball's most remarkable careers. LeBron James isn't just playing to return, he's fighting to continue redefining the limits of longevity in professional sports. And when he finally steps back on the court, the entire basketball world will be watching. Austin Reeves' grandmother isn't someone you'd ever want to test. Fierce, loyal, and unapologetically protective, she's become an unexpected character in one of the funniest stories to come out of the Lakers' locker room this season. During an appearance on the Young Man and the Three podcast, hosted by none other than Lakers head coach J.J. Redick, Reeves shared a moment that perfectly captured his competitive nature and the deep family roots that helped shape him. What started as a routine discussion about coaching quickly turned into a story that went viral, a grandmother ready to go to war with an NBA coach for raising his voice at her grandson. "We've had a couple of moments where we've gone at each other," Reeves said, laughing. "My grandma was so mad one day. She told me, 'If he yells at you like that one more time,' and I had to calm her down. I told her, 'Mama, it's okay. You've yelled at Mom way worse than that.'" It's the kind of anecdote that gives fans a glimpse into the emotional world behind the competition, where family, pride, and passion collide. Reeves, who's never been afraid to speak his mind on the court, admitted that he and Redick have had their share of disagreements during games. But to him, that's just part of the process, the push and pull between a driven player and a coach who demands accountability. For Redick, who's still relatively new to head coaching, that kind of intensity is something he appreciates. Sources close to the team describe their relationship as fiery but productive, a dynamic where both sides challenge each other without crossing the line. Redick, known for his sharp basketball IQ and straightforward style, values players who can handle criticism and respond with effort, not ego. Reeves fits that mold perfectly. Off the court, though, it's clear that Reeves comes from a family that's just as competitive as he is. Growing up in Newark, Arkansas, he developed his love for basketball playing with his older brother and under the watchful eye of parents who both played college basketball themselves. That background instilled in him the toughness that's made him one of the most consistent contributors for the Lakers, and it's probably why his grandmother had no hesitation about standing up for him when she thought he was being treated unfairly. The story also comes at an interesting time in Reeves' career. Over the summer, his name surfaced in multiple trade rumors as the Lakers front office explored different ways to reshape the roster. For weeks, fans debated whether Reeves would remain in Los Angeles or be moved in a blockbuster deal. In the end, the Lakers decided to keep him, betting on his chemistry with LeBron James and his ability to step up in clutch moments. Now, entering the 2025-26 season, Reeves is focused on proving that he belongs among the league's rising stars. And with his current contract set to expire at the end of the season, there's growing speculation about whether this could be his last run in purple and gold. If the Lakers decide not to offer him the extension he's looking for, they could be forced to trade him before the deadline, rather than risk losing him for nothing next summer. According to league insiders, Reeves is expected to command significant attention from teams in need of a versatile two-way guard who can create shots, facilitate offense, and stretch the floor. Last season, Reeves put up career-best numbers, averaging 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game while shooting 46% from the field and nearly 38% from beyond the arc. His ability to stay aggressive offensively while maintaining efficiency has been one of the biggest reasons he's become a cornerstone of the Lakers' rotation. Teammates describe Reeves as confident and fearless, someone who doesn't care about status or reputation when he's competing. Whether he's driving to the basket against elite defenders or exchanging words with his head coach, he plays with the same fire that got him from an undrafted rookie to a key piece of one of the NBA's most storied franchises. And that's what makes this story about his grandmother so fitting. It's not just funny, it's symbolic. It represents the passion, loyalty, and grit that define Austin Reeves. He's the kind of player who fights for every possession, refuses to back down, and carries the full weight of his family's pride with him every time he steps onto the court. As the Lakers prepare for another high-pressure season, all eyes will be on how Reeves handles the challenge. With J.J. Redick entering his second year as head coach, expectations are high. The team's veteran core is looking to bounce back from a disappointing playoff exit, and young talents like Reeves will be essential to that effort. Reeves knows what's at stake, not just for the team, but for his own future. His next contract could define the trajectory of his career. Whether he stays in Los Angeles or takes his talents elsewhere, one thing is certain. He'll continue to bring the same intensity, humor, and family-driven motivation that's made him one of the most beloved figures in Laker Nation. And if things ever get too heated on the sidelines again, J.J. Redick might just want to remember one thing. Somewhere out there, a determined grandmother is still keeping an eye on her grandson, ready to step in if anyone crosses the line. The Los Angeles Lakers might be heading toward one of the most dramatic roster changes in recent franchise history. Reports from around the league suggest the team is seriously considering parting ways with LeBron James in a blockbuster trade during the 2025 season, a move that would signal the end of an era in Los Angeles basketball. If this deal becomes reality, it would mark a monumental shift for the organization, one that redirects the team's future around Luka Doncic, with an emphasis on long-term competitiveness, cap flexibility, and a sustainable path back to championship contention. LeBron is entering the final year of his contract, and the Lakers front office is clearly exploring every possible avenue to reshape the team's direction. The idea isn't just about moving on from a legend, it's about constructing a roster that fits the timeline of their new cornerstone, Luka Doncic. LeBron James has already exercised his $52.6 million player option for the 2025-26 NBA season, giving him full control over where he could potentially go. Because of his no-trade clause, no deal can happen without his approval. But that hasn't stopped the Lakers from testing the waters. The team faces severe salary cap limitations that prevent them from making major roster improvements until at least January 2026. This situation has pushed the Lakers toward bold thinking, and potentially toward one of the biggest trades the league has seen in years. One of the most discussed scenarios would send LeBron James to the Dallas Mavericks, where he would reunite with Kyrie Irving and possibly other former teammates. In exchange, Dallas would reportedly send Klay Thompson, currently on a $50 million, three-year deal, along with Daniel Gafford, Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, and several future draft picks to Los Angeles. From a basketball standpoint, the move makes sense for both sides. The Lakers would acquire Klay Thompson, one of the best perimeter shooters of his generation, whose shooting would perfectly complement Doncic's playmaking. They would also add size and defense with Gafford, athleticism and versatility with Martin, and a high-energy role player in Marshall, plus valuable draft capital to build their future. For the Mavericks, the addition of LeBron James would instantly elevate their championship potential. But that's not the only possibility being discussed. An alternative proposal involves a multi-team trade centered around Giannis Antetokounmpo, an aggressive, forward-thinking approach that would bring another superstar to Los Angeles alongside Luka Doncic. This concept highlights the Lakers' willingness to reimagine their roster from the ground up and fully commit to the post-LeBron era. Let's break down the benefits for everyone involved. For the Lakers, the trade would relieve enormous financial pressure. Moving LeBron's $52.6 million salary would open up significant cap space, allowing Los Angeles to pursue younger free agents or rising stars who fit Doncic's timeline. It would also bring in proven veterans who can help the team remain competitive while developing a clear identity built around their new franchise centerpiece. For LeBron James, the move would present another shot at a title before retirement. He would likely join a contender built to maximize his strengths, possibly reuniting with familiar faces like Kyrie Irving. It's a chance for LeBron to close his legendary career in an environment focused on winning now. And for the Mavericks, or any team that acquires him, the deal would mean adding one of the greatest players in NBA history, a move that instantly boosts ticket sales, viewership, and global attention. Beyond his leadership and playoff experience, LeBron brings a championship mentality that can transform a franchise overnight. Still, every blockbuster trade comes with risks. On the Lakers' side, trading LeBron would mean saying goodbye to one of the most iconic players in NBA history, a figure whose presence defined the team for years. It could spark backlash among fans and raise questions about loyalty. But from a business and basketball perspective, it makes sense. The Lakers would gain flexibility, valuable assets, and a clear long-term direction. For any team acquiring LeBron, the risks revolve around his age, contract, and health. At 40 years old, LeBron remains an elite player, but how long can he maintain that level? Even so, his production last season was remarkable. He averaged 22.8 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 7.2 assists per game, still among the most consistent and versatile performances in the league. Klay Thompson, one of the key names in the rumored return package, averaged 14 points per game on 41.2% shooting from the field and 39.1% from beyond the arc. Gafford and Martin would add depth, rebounding, and defensive presence, while Najee Marshall brings hustle and energy on both ends. Financially, moving LeBron's massive contract would unlock new possibilities for the Lakers. It would allow them to fully capitalize on Luka Doncic's prime years. At 26 years old, Doncic is already a generational talent, averaging over 30 points and 9 assists per game last season. He's not just the present, he's the future. So who gains the most from all this? In the long run, the Lakers might be the biggest winners. They would regain control of their financial future, stockpile assets, and build a roster that can compete for years to come. LeBron, meanwhile, would get one more legitimate opportunity to chase another ring before his final chapter. For the Mavericks or any potential trade partner, it's a gamble, a chance at immediate contention balanced against the financial cost and long-term uncertainty. If this trade happens, it would mark the end of a defining era in Los Angeles, but also the beginning of something new. A move that blends strategy, ambition, and vision. For LeBron James, it could mean one last run at glory. For the Lakers, it could be the foundation of a new dynasty built around Luka Doncic. Either way, this potential trade captures exactly what makes the NBA so compelling: the constant evolution, the high-stakes decisions, and the unending balance between legacy and the future. Because in the NBA, no story lasts forever. And every ending sparks the beginning of something new.